UFC 321 is not only the second major event in October, it also features two title fights. We have Tom Aspinall defending the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, and then we have Virna Jandiroba and Mackenzie Dern fighting for the vacant belt because Weili Zhang moved up for a super fight. And there's nothing more exciting than watching fights on the weekend. There's nothing more exciting than watching fights during the day on the weekend, and there is nothing more exciting than watching fights during the day on the weekend while making a couple of extra dollars. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to build an Underdog Fantasy entry for UFC 321. If you don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say higher or lower than any of the numbers you see on the screen, you slap a few of them together, and you can make some very real money. They'll even give you free money to play. It's an app on your phone, it's a website, and you can do it for basically free. Just go to wewantpicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP, and all sorts of free money offers and matches and things like that come pouring in. So check it out. I promise you, it is the most fun, the most flexible way to enjoy these fights. It is not gambling. It is daily fantasy, which is why it is so widely available. wewantpicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. I'm going to focus very specifically on UFC 321, but if we scroll our little mouse across the top, you can see all these different sports, video games, lady sports, more video games. There's other sports. There's video games as well. You can mix and match the sports. You can build basically whatever you want. And then you can even make it flexible. So if you lose, you can still make some money. Check it all out. wewantpicks.com/underdog. Let's focus specifically on UFC. First caveat that I will give you here that I give every week. These lines change. As people come in, as they build their entries, numbers go up and down. They also slow roll some of the lines. So right now, a few of these fights have a lot of lines. A few of them only have significant strikes, and there's some stuff in between. I like what I have here. So I'm jumping now before the lines that I'm about to attack are going to move. By the time you watch this, you might have more options than I do. But I like what I have, and when you see lines that you like, you need to jump on them because, again, they might move for or against what you're trying to do. So if you see it, grab it. That's what we're going to do here. If we look at the very first fight, Azat Maksum, Mitch Raposo, this 36.5 was very intriguing to me, but then I went through Azat's full fight history, and it's a mixed bag. We have fights where he cruised past that number like the Tagir fight. We have fights where he's nowhere near that number. So I'm going to leave that alone. I just don't trust it enough. The main event, Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. This is another one where I don't know what's going to happen. I know who's going to win. It's going to be Tom Aspinall. The reality is I don't think Ciryl Gane deserves this title shot. I don't think he won his last fight. That was a bad decision. He's already had 2 shots at the title. He failed in both of them. Tom Aspinall could knock out Ciryl Gane. Tom Aspinall could take Ciryl Gane down. Tom Aspinall could end up in a technical striking match where Ciryl will have some success and we go a full 25 minutes. And because I'm not 100% sure exactly what direction any of that will go, I can't jump on any of these lines. If you're watching this and you have a Ciryl Gane half a finish line that's lower, jump on that. And in general, when you get underdogs on here with lower finish lines, for the most part, those do pretty well. So let's continue to move our way down. Mackenzie Dern, similar situation, 60.5 significant strikes. Seems like a number that I want to hammer the lower. She is aggressive on her feet. She is insanely tough, but I think she's going to spend 80% of this fight on her back. If she wins, it will be by submission. And if she loses, she's on her back. She's not landing that many strikes. But we're going to leave that alone because there is a world where Virna takes down Mackenzie Dern, doesn't like the exchange, and then just tries to keep it standing. So we're going to ignore that as well. But I promise you, we've got 3 that I like very much. And the first is going to be more than 1.5 takedowns on Jaqueline Almeida. He's fighting Alexander Volkov. Tried and true entity. This guy's been in the top 10 of the world for 7 years. Jaqueline is going to come in here and shoot takedowns immediately because that's what he does in every single fight that he has ever been in. And Volkov knows that. So Volkov is very well prepared to stand up, to defend, to scramble. So I do think we get a takedown. I think we get a stand up. And then I think we get another takedown. What happens after that? Maybe there's 50 takedowns. Maybe there's only 2, but we're going to have at least 2. So more than 1.5 is a line that I like. This is an example of jumping on it early, because if I jump on it and then 1,000 other people jump on it, they're going to bump that up to 2.5. So I'm going to jump on that now before that is no longer available. The exact same logic with Mateusz Rebecki. First of all, Rebecki could outright win this fight. He's got chaos in his hands. He has phenomenal wrestling. He has a fight after fight after fight where he's at least, at minimum, getting 2 takedowns. We just watched Ludovic Klein lose to Mateusz Gamrot, where he was taken down, I believe, 8 or 9 times. So I do think Rebecki will get 2 takedowns in this fight. Ludovic Klein's a very good striker. He'll dot him up. Rebecki will bleed because he bleeds in every fight, and then he's going to shoot some takedowns, and he will get them. Whether he wins the fight or not, I don't care. I need 2 takedowns, and I think Rebecki gets us those 2 takedowns. I did want to go the higher on the 59.5 significant strikes for Nathaniel Wood. I hovered over that for a long time. I ultimately did not click it because Delgado hits hard, which might force Nathaniel Wood to wrestle. And if he's wrestling, I went through his fight history. If he's wrestling, he's not landing that many strikes. It would be very, very close on that line. And there's other ones I just like more. I'm also not touching this sloppy, fat shit, steroid-using loser, Hamdy Abdelwahab, in that strike line. 44.5 is a wild line. I want to do the lower all day long. It's a wild line. This dude just sits in staring contests. He just and does nothing. He doesn't wrestle. He does nothing. So I want to do the lower. The only reason I'm not going to is because Chris Barnett will bring the fight. He's not afraid to engage. A little older. He's fat also, but he'll bring the fight. So if Chris Barnett's sort of in his face and forcing something, we might get a couple of sloppy psychs. So the last one I'm going to do here is the lower on Quillen Salkid's 2.5 takedowns. Nasrat Haqparast has been in the UFC for an insanely long time. Nobody has gotten 3 takedowns on him. And while that's not true, because in his UFC debut, somebody took him down 3 times, that was in 2017. Since then, nobody has gotten 3 takedowns on him. He is a good wrestler. He's a good striker. He has his own offensive takedowns. Quillen showed us wrestling in his last fight against Yanal Ashmouz. And because he had so many takedowns in that fight, they convinced whoever sets these lines that he's going to take down Nasrat Haqparast over and over and over. And that is not going to happen. I love the lower there. And of all 3 of these lines, that's my most confident. The next most confident one is Jaqueline. After that, Mateusz Rebecki. This is my entry. We went ahead. We placed it already. If you want to hop aboard, go for it. We got Mateusz Rebecki higher than 1.5 takedowns. Quillen Salkid lower than 2.5 takedowns. And Jaqueline Almeida higher than 1.5 takedowns. That's my entry. If you like it, spectacular. If you hate it, that's fine too. Get your free money. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WW